If working hard alone got you rich or guaranteed success, all of our immigrant parents would be multi-fucking millionaires or multi-billionaires. Why? Because we all know that they came from nothing, moved to a country, and had to rebuild everything they've ever known. They couldn't even speak the language and all these things, right? And so what am I getting at with that? What I'm getting at, gentlemen, is you need to understand, okay, that the best way you can go about achieving your dreams and achieving your goals is while working hard, you always need to simultaneously be working smart, okay? I had to learn this lesson the hard way. And when I say the hard way, I don't mean, 40 years of working 2 jobs and then for me to come to this realization. But in my case specifically, there was a period, bro, of like 12 to 48 months, okay? It's like 1 to 2 years where I was working my fucking ass off. I was hitting the gym every day. I was going to work every day, and then still working on my business every day. And in literally this year to two, it felt like I didn't progress as much as I should have. And it wasn't until I was like, bro, I'm on a fucking treadmill right now. I'm literally running as fast as I can. I'm sprinting, I'm sweating, but I'm still in the same place. Like, what is going on? And what was happening is, again, I was working so hard. At least I felt like, right? But I wasn't working smart. I wasn't working efficient. I wasn't optimizing all these things. I wasn't in constant review and tracking the actual progression and seeing if what I was actually doing was in line with where I'm trying to go and if it was actually taking me in a step forward instead of a step backwards, right? And so understand, okay, that's the side of me working hard and not working smart. And a lot of you guys might find yourself in that position, okay? You might be working super hard. And the best piece of advice that I can give to you is just make sure, gentlemen, that you are always aware of what you are currently doing, your actions, the intent behind your actions. Are your actions actually in line with where you're trying to go? Are your actions actually progressing you forward? Okay, are like, because here's the thing I also had to go through. I had to go through, again, long periods of time in realizing, like, look, you could be working very, very hard, but you could be working very, very hard on the wrong things. And until, like, for me, bro, like, I essentially, in my social media career, okay, like me building my personal brand and me going about social media, I was blown the fuck up, okay? I did this for 3 years, 4 years, basically. Got 100 million views. Went ultra viral, bro. At one point, like, I posted videos back to back every other day, getting like 10 million views every single video. Like, I was popping, bro. I was on the fucking top of like the For You page, you could say, consistently. And what I'm getting at with all of this is, like, I was working hard, bro. I was, feeling like I'm moving forward and all these things. But what I was doing in a way was working on the wrong things, focusing on the wrong things. And it's because, again, I wasn't working smart. I wasn't going about things tactical, and I wasn't going about things the right way because I didn't know they were the right way because, again, I wasn't going about them smart. Right? And so this is a very important thing you want to know because you don't want to fall into the same trap that I did. And this didn't just happen for me on like my social media business and what I do now. And this happened multiple times to me in like every single area of my life. Like, again, this is why I say I had to learn a lot of these lessons the hard way, but I wouldn't have it any other way because I think it's really what's built me as a man now and has gotten me to the point of basically being unstoppable, as I like to put it, because I've built this mental fortitude and all these things, but that's another topic. Anyway, okay? So that's the one side of the pendulum, okay? On the one side, you have working very hard, and then on the other side, you now have working very smart. Now, there were also periods in my journey, okay, where I was working very fucking smart. I mean, like, I'm optimizing everything, I'm journaling, I'm in constant review of like if I'm progressing or not, where I'm trying to go. But now the problem that I also encountered is in these periods of my life where I was working very fucking smart, I wasn't working very hard. And so what I'm getting at with this example is you need to understand, okay, that, bro, the best, fastest, most efficient, most optimized way to get to your goals as fast as possible is having a good understanding that you need to be doing both of these, okay? You need to be working fucking hard and simultaneously working smart. Because what happens again is if you're working very smart, as I was, but you're not actually working hard and you're not putting in more effort into working smart, there's a barrier, there's a ceiling on both on how far they can take you. The best piece of advice and the best example I can give to you, again, is think of our immigrant parents, or in my case specifically, my immigrant parents, right? Like, they've worked very hard. You know, they've had to rebuild their life in a different country. They barely spoke they didn't speak the language, right? And then they've worked, you know, both 2 jobs at the same time. Now they've opened their business and now things are going great. But like, what I'm getting at with that is, dude, I know people, and my parents again, that have like worked 2, 3 jobs, that are working so much fucking harder than me, than many people that make so much more money or achieve so much more success, because again, they're not working very smart, because it's the only way they've ever been taught, or this or that, and that's exactly what I'm getting at. And why, again, you need to consistently be analyzing. You need to consistently be in a state of self-realization and making sure you're working on the right things. And sometimes you won't know until you go through that, and that's why I'm so big on like getting a mentor and seeking guidance from people that have done what you're trying to do. And that's literally what I do now with everything in my life. If there's something I'm trying to do, I'm gonna get a fucking mentor that's done it, because that fucking is priceless in a way. I won't get into that on another video, but hopefully you guys understand the point. Okay, another example I want to give to you, Elon Musk actually said this in an interview. Don't quote me exactly on what he said, but he goes something along the lines of saying, I only like to hire lazy people, or he goes, I actually really like lazy people, because what happens is lazy people think of really lazy solutions. For example, the TV and the TV remote. If you think about it, before there was a TV remote, if you would watch TV, the only way for you to actually change the channel would be you'd have to get up, right? Because you're sitting on the couch, you'd have to get up, walk to the TV, and change the channel. And again, how did this now then evolve is somebody had to think of like, oh, okay, so this came from a lazy person, right? So now they've created a remote where you can just sit there and change the channel. And that's why he goes like, I actually really like lazy people, because they're quite innovative. But hopefully what I'm getting at, and with that example, what I want you to understand is the importance of both, okay? Working very fucking hard and working very smart at the same time. Always seeking, again, innovation, better ways, more efficient ways, and all these things to do things so that you can achieve your goals in the very fucking fastest, most efficient way possible. Hopefully you guys can hear me. It's fucking Saturday night, bro. There's fucking fireworks right there. The city's live, bro. It's a Saturday night, man. I think we might have some bitches coming over. My business partner is behind the camera, sitting on the couch waiting for me to come inside. But boys, hopefully you took some value from this video, in understanding that in achieving your goals, bro, you need to be doing both of these things simultaneously, because I promise you, if you don't, you'll go wasting a lot of time and find yourself in the situation that I was in, and having to learn these lessons the really hard way. And I promise you, like, another big example I want to give to you guys is like, again, I've had to learn these lessons in like every area of my life, bro, the hard way. There was like 3 to 4 years where I was building my social media, building my personal brand, got over 100 million views, okay? Built a following to around now 500,000 followers across all social platforms. And the problem, I was like, listen, this was no fucking joke, bro. At one point, every single video I posted was getting tens of millions of views, like literally for a month straight, bro. I was like top of the fucking For You page. There was a week where I grew like 100,000 fucking followers on Instagram and TikTok, and maybe that's not a lot. The only reason I'm saying all this is for you to understand that, dude, I basically wasted like 3 or 4 years on my social media business in a way because I was going about it the wrong way. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that all of that time went to waste because through that did I learn so much and I grew my following again and all these things. But what I should have been doing is, again, seeking constant innovation, looking at things that I'm actually doing if they're working. And listen, I don't want to overcomplicate you guys because this is a really deep subject that I'll get into in another video when it comes to like personal branding. But in specific, what I'm getting at is I wasn't selling anything for like 4 years, okay? And then when I finally developed an offer and launched it, I made $5,000 in my first week. And it's like 4 years, dude, like why didn't I start doing that like 3 years prior when it came to social media, right? And imagine how much further along the line I could have been. And again, what is this kind of tying into? It's like, yes, I was working very hard, but what I should have been doing is working a lot smarter and combine these two things because I could have made so much more money and just, again, built a better, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? Again, this is kind of just tying into the thing of you want to be constantly in a state of self-realization and realize if you are actually committing to working hard and working smart at the same time, okay? It's the best way for you to achieve your goals in the shortest amount of time possible. Get from point A to point B with no fucking curves, no construction, just a straight fucking line, okay? So boys, that's pretty much all I wanted to say in this video. Again, analyze where you're at. If you're finding yourself in the same situation I was in, the best thing you can do is find a fucking mentor, bro, that has done something that you're trying to do. I promise you it'll shortcut your fucking time. It'll get you very clear on the right things to work on. And this is why now in my life, I literally seek a mentor and in whatever it is the fuck that I'm trying to do, because I understand the importance of it, of listening to somebody that's done exactly what you want to do. But before I do this and before I did this and before I looked into all of, like mentorship and guidance, I never really understood it. I always thought it was kind of stupid and a scam in a sense, right? And before I started looking into online education. And again, like all of this had to come from me learning these lessons the hard way and wasting like huge amounts of time. I truly believe if I would have worked a lot smarter, I could have been 2 years minimum like ahead of where I am right now. Because certain things did take me a very fucking long time to learn certain lessons and all these things. Hopefully you can hear me. But yeah, boys, with that being said, I don't mean to go on a ramble again, but hopefully you took some value from this video. As always, I love you boys, and I will see you guys in, the next video.